We're going to go talk to our guy, our MJ. Let's do it. See what's going on. MJ, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine, Packman.
Where are you, by the way? Because sometimes we catch you in Jamaica. You're in the Caribbean sometimes. You're down in Cabo. You're on the golf course. I mean, you're hard to find.
Well, I was just recently contacted by the NBA to do a segment of commercials that talk about the amazing, aspect of the playoff.
Right.
So my contribution to that be out next week. So I'm on location and I'm working on a couple of commercials, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, how I recreated all the magical moments that I had, and so I'm excited.
All right, well, so you're going to be kind of low-key about that. I can respect you from that perspective. What's going to happen? Are you going to buy some more of this local basketball team we got, or what are you going to do there?
Well, I felt that, rather than get involved with the rumor mill and, people speculating and, all these things, I felt a commitment to, especially since you got, Cornbread on the show with you today, that I would come out and I'm serious about this whole thing. I want to be the primary owner and lose the title managing member of basketball operations. I like to be, the owner of the Charlotte Bobcats, but that does not come without certain stipulations.
Like what?
Well, as I don't want to go into the thing, by myself. So here's an exclusive. I'll only talk about it on this show.
Okay.
I have a primary partner in this thing, and I'm not going to call any names. I'm not going to do anything. This guy is almost as large as me around the world. He was here a few weeks ago, in the golf tournament, and Tiger. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. You just mentioned Tiger. I mean, are you talking about Tiger Woods?
I don't try to put any words in my mouth. Man. Don't try to back me into a point. I had a guy 2 weeks ago trying to ask me some questions about the Hall of Fame, and, that whole thing, and know how you reporters try to back me into a point. I never mentioned I was referring to an animal, and I just said that, I have connection, and so I could turn this whole situation around. I mean, look what I've done, for the city. I brought in Boris, I brought in Raja Bell, I hired Larry Brown, I drafted J.R. I mean, look at my resume. Look at the things that I've done for the city. And I tell you something, but certain stipulations, am I going to show up at every game? Am I going to be a 6'6.5" mark and running around, sitting behind the bench and cussing out referees and stuff like that? I've got my class, and I'm not going to do that. But I'm very interested, and I talked to Bob, and I'd like to be running. I want to buy this team.
All right.
Can I ask you, MJ? This is Cedric Maxwell. I just wanted to know: are you thinking about using some of Scottie Pippen's money?
Scottie, as you know, Scottie Pippen would like to get in there. I've had several players, former players in the league who, want to become, silent partners with this whole thing. Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant, Charles, Chris Webber, as explained, Jalen Rose, but the main thing that I want to do is I've got a format, I've got a game plan, and I've got guys that are waiting, and I can't call their names. I don't want to preach it of art, mind. But I'll tell you one thing, Eldridge is a guy that...
Wait a minute. Was that Tiger Woods again?
Pardon me?
Did you just mention Tiger Woods again?
Eldridge.
I never, if you listen to my soundbite, listen to, this answer was directed to Cedric and Maxwell. Cedric and I have a beautiful relationship. My big concern, I've talked to you about this on the show before, Cedric, you and I, we too big, darling. I mean, every time you used to come in town and you used to tell me you went down to Excelsior, I used to say, you're too big. secret at cornbread.
For the Excelsior Club?
Yeah, that's okay, Cedric. I mean, you don't have to. That's okay. That's our secret.
Okay.
But that's. I mean.
Why do you come in disguise when you come, though?
I mean,
you always come in some kind of disguise when you come into Excelsior.
Well, I have to because most people see me as Michael Jeffrey, and I have to avoid. I have to. I'm in disguise. I'm in most events, but I'm not like Shaq. Look like a huge, big, giant, overgrown kid, like sitting at the game in Orlando, just wanting to be there, out there. I can go anywhere I want to go, but Beatties Ford Road, cornbread. You're too big for that. You can't. Why you keep going down there? I don't know. I don't know why you do it.
Fish night. That's why I go. Fish night. Tuesday night. Fish night.
One thing that you did where you stand on the bottom level, your eye level on the second floor. You look up, just see everything that's going on up there too. 16.
Hey, MJ, what about these games that have been going on? The Eastern and the Western Conference Finals have really, really been dramatic. What's been your take on LeBron and the fact that Cleveland's down 3-1?
Well, it didn't surprise me because LeBron, and I've said this 1,000 times, he's an excellent individual athlete. But if you notice, LeBron is at his best when he's improvising and grabbing the rebound and going coast to coast. But when you put LeBron James in a set-off where he's got to make a decision, driving to the hoop, this is why Kobe Bryant, in my opinion, is the greatest player since me to be able to do that. Bron has
since you?
Problems.
Wait a minute, since you?
Exactly. And so, a lot of people, I heard Jeff Van Gundy the other day. He was doing a telecast with Mark Jackson, and he said, Kobe Dean Bryant, the greatest Laker of all time. And if I could have got to my Learjet and gone out and smacked Jeff Van Gundy, I mean, everybody knows Kareem, then Magic, then I would say James Worthy, all these guys. But I like what I'm seeing. The games are very competitive. I think Orlando is going to take Cleveland. I think Denver eventually.
Let me ask you a question, real. I just want to know, what do you think about the comparison all the time when they start talking about, the things right now that they're saying LeBron is going to take it to the next level that you didn't take it to, MJ?
Well, when you say I didn't take it to the next level, this is something that I constantly remind the people about. In my second year, after game number 3, I had a stress fracture in my foot, and I missed 67 games. But I came back and dropped 63 on the Celtics. That's 1 year of basketball that I lost. And then I had a hiatus for a year and a half where I missed, X number of games. I could have been the leading scorer of all times in the history of the league. Now, let me tell you about LeBron James. LeBron James is like a bull in a china shop when he's running down the court. But if you look at it, he still doesn't have my jump shot. Yeah. And he still doesn't have the ability to use some finesse, a.k.a. George Irvin or Tayshaun Prince, whoever you want to mention going in that can use some finesse. I had both elements of the game. I could go in and dunk over Patrick Ewing, or I could go in, take it, and change my shot there like I did against Los Angeles in the final, and just bring it down while I'm coming up with the other hand. I like James, but I still think Kobe Bryant is the best overall basketball player in the game today. And if I had to rank them, I think LeBron James, I don't think he's going to play more than 5 or 6 more years. He's taking a beat. Carmelo Anthony is starting to realize the physical commitment that it takes to play